As part of its campaign policy offering in the lead-up to the local government elections, the DA has laid out a 6-point plan to reform and turbocharge South Africa's economy. During a media briefing on Monday, to outline these plans, the party's federal leader said the country's economy had been hamstrung by what he described as destructive policies.
These 3 roadblocks are BBBEE, Employment Equity, and the Expropriation Act. BBBEE and the racial quotas that go along with it have failed. Over the last decade, black unemployment has grown, and black household income has fallen dramatically. These policies have failed.
According to Steenhuisen, the BBBEE policy, which came into effect in April 2004, has been mismanaged by the ANC, leading to the enrichment of only a handful of politically connected individuals. As such, the DA is calling for sweeping regulatory reforms to establish what it describes as a business-friendly environment which enables entrepreneurship, investment, and job creation. The party, that is in core governance at a national level, says its hands have been tied within the GNU owing to the ANC's refusal to accept that it no longer has a majority.
It has been quite frustrating to be in this arrangement in this year, because it cannot be right that one party to a coalition, without its own majority, comes down from the mount with tablets written in stone and says, these are going to be the policies of this government. The coalition government requires talking, discussion, and give and take on these things.
Steenhuisen's utterances come a week after the ANC announced its intention to court other parties into the GNU in what appears to be an attempt to not rely as much on the DA, given the differences between the two parties.
We have agreed to engage with parties that are willing to play a constructive role in furthering national unity and stability, so we can achieve our 3 strategic priorities, namely driving inclusive growth and job creation, reducing poverty and tackling the high costs of living, and building a capable developmental state.
The DA leader says, despite the statement of intent signed by the ANC stipulating that the addition of other parties requires consultation with existing GNU partners, they had not thus far been spoken to by their coalition partner. He adds that these frustrations were at the heart of his party's decision to pull out from taking part in the National Convention getting underway on Friday, and later the National Dialogue.
South Africa's economy is in the ICU. Over the last 15 years, our GDP per capita has shrunk by 10%. Unemployment has climbed from 22% to nearly 33%. And you add discouraged job seekers into that mix, and it's well over the 43% mark. And while this country is bleeding, and while our people are suffering, the government wants to now spend hundreds of millions of rands on a national dialogue.
Steenhuisen adds that the withdrawal of legacy foundations from the National Dialogue's preparatory task team vindicates his party's decision not to take part in the nationwide conversations. The DA leader argues that the challenges facing the country are clear as day, and what is lacking is political will to implement reforms. He is calling for the speedy unbundling of Eskom, which would ensure energy security, and the revamping of the country's freight rail, digital, and ports infrastructure, among other changes that could boost the economy. For Newzroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Juniour Khumalo at the DA headquarters in Bruma in the east of Johannesburg.